Hey, I'm Pete Last Guy.
I'm Roland James.
This is Raw Emotion. This is where we recap what happened on tonight's Monday Night Raw, this week's Monday Night Raw, whatever you want to call it. And we tell you a little bit about what we think and a lot about how we feel. There's a lot that was just flat about this week's Raw. I don't know.
Especially compared to last week's episode, which was very heavy.
Yeah.
This is...
I guess if you're holding it up against last week's Raw, there's a lot to stand up to. We weren't doing this show back then, so I mean, like, we will take a second to talk about Shane. What? Like,
here comes the money!
For this entire week, everyone was talking about, like, okay, so, like, what's he going to do to get out of this? The fact that Vince never said that Shane had to win. I think they're just being vague because it was just not as well written as it could have been, but still, Shane O'Mac.
Right from the top, there is a promo that you get from Triple H, that you get him doing that with Dean Ambrose, and
which was so exciting.
The problem is that you have Triple H, the guy doesn't get boos when he needs to get boos, and he gets cheered when he doesn't need to get cheered.
There are things that Triple H and Dean Ambrose can do that are exciting, which...
And this was not. When you get down to this promo is how Triple H calls a match, because he wants to call a match between Ambrose and he wants to call it between Alberto Del Rio, which is Alberto Del Rio.
It just did not need to take that long, because that's not even that much of a climax. It's Alberto Del Rio in the League of Nations.
We did have a Divas match very, very early on. That was Becky versus Sasha for the #1 contenders match. Oh my goodness!
Just a lot of good grappling, a lot of good spot, just a lot of good in this match. Becky and Sasha is always a fun thing to watch.
A very different match from what you see in your traditional WWE style. A lot of chain grappling,
especially
lot
in the Divas division. Here's the thing: everyone was saying, and I was saying, and he was saying, we were all hoping at the end of that. With that double pin, that's a great way to say, okay, at WrestleMania, it's a triple threat, and we would have loved it.
But, there are still 4 weeks till WrestleMania,
yes.
And if they are slow burning this, I want that so badly to happen.
I would love it. Yeah, Bray had a promo.
Mediocre.
Yeah, usually Bray Wyatt's promos are exciting. This was whatever. I'm still pulling for a debut of Finn Balor, and I want to see him feud with the Wyatt family. Him and Balor Club. Carl Anderson, you know? And,
biscuits and gravy!
No.
They knew who Festus is.
No.
We get a lovely match between Dolph Ziggler.
That's right.
And The Miz. And that match is sort of like a zucchini in that it isn't very tasty and there's no substance to it, and it's a squash.
It was good to see The Miz beat Ziggler. It was good to see The Miz beat anyone.
Yeah, the guy's been a long worker for a long time. He's done a really good job at what he does.
Tell me you don't want to see The Miz and Ziggler feud for a while, but then kiss and make up, and then somehow team up with Tyler Breeze, get a new Pretty Boy tag team. I'm not saying it's Spirit Squad 2.0, you heard me, Dolph, but a Pretty Boy team, a Pretty Boy tag team that's going to be full heels. They can feud with the New Day if they want to, or whatever. I don't know. I still want to see
some sort of Golden Faces faction. Yeah. That would be brilliant. We then have Stephanie come out. There is a quick recap of Raw. As much as I love what she does as a character and what she has done for the company, there's no way I don't hate her.
And she does a good job of making you hate her.
And that's the thing. It's not that I actually hate the woman for what she is, but the character that she portrays is so hateable. Yeah. And she has such a knack for it.
This promo just came down to, hey, Shane's terrible and so are all of you. That's how you get heat. You tell the fans how awful they are because of who they love in the WWE Universe. That's a great way to get heat, and she does it well. She sells it well. She's shrill, and for like one word there, at the very end, I think it was just the word me. She channeled her father's voice,
and you could hear
for 1 second, and it was just so beautiful.
But if you have watched the way that she comes down to the ring when she is acting like she is a principal owner, and the way that she is acting right now, the way that she acts, the way she dresses, the way her hair is done, like, it is very, very different. It's very, very juvenile. It's a very, very interesting way of presenting who her character is at the moment, and also drawing heat.
Lucha Dragons and
League of Nations.
That's right, League of Nations. I don't remember much about this match, mostly because it's just happened so many times. I want to see Kalisto freed from the Lucha Dragons, and it's not necessarily anything against Sin Cara, even though Botch Machine...
Not as bad as the first one.
No,
don't worry.
No, but I want to see Kalisto freed up to do his own thing. because he deserves that. He's a spiritual successor to Rey Mysterio, whether people like it or not. I
Right.
like it. Him versus League of Nations is, okay, I get it. It's whatever. It's exactly like every other League of Nations versus Lucha Dragons
basically
match you've ever seen.
Ryback fought somebody. I didn't even bother to write it down because that's how little we cared about it.
No, it was Adam Rose for some reason.
Was it Adam Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually got offense for the first
He got
time.
a couple licks
Yeah,
in
the
there.
Radical Mongoose actually got some
Radical
offense in.
Mongoose.
After that, you have Y2AJ
Right.
versus the New Day.
I don't think AJ needs to be tied down to Y2J, which is not anything against Y2J. I think they're both great solo, and let AJ go and be AJ.
My argument is going to be that it's a slow burn thing because you still have to get AJ acclimated to how everything works in the WWE. And Chris Jericho is a fantastic person to have him do that, to have him feud with and to tag with.
This is AJ's tutorial level.
Yes,
He's starting the game, and this is his tutorial. Okay, got
Gong!
That's right, Taker. So apparently this match is still happening. So as far as we know,
Shane
Shane is still fighting The Undertaker. That's on the card so far. Okay?
Shane O'Mac is the most insane person to ever work in a professional ring, aside from New Jack. Undertaker will make it work. It's a Hell in a Cell match. It's safer than a lot of the other matches. I am very, very terrified about the fact that he's probably going to jump off the Titantron onto Taker on top of the cell, and it's just going to break.
I mean, he
But
is older now than he was before.
he doesn't care.
I still don't even know for a fact that he's even going to necessarily be in this match. It's not
which is why it's
swerve that we don't see coming.
Usos and the Dudleys or dirt pull out a table.
Do something with this heel turn. You've turned him. Make him do something.
We have a great build for the KO Big Show feud.
Yeah.
KO working heel.
Yeah.
Working the way that he does.
I didn't have a lot of emotional response. I mean, it was good to see them, even up their scores in their little feud.
The suplex he took.
That was good.
Yeah, like the guy is still very, very athletic, even though he's 7 foot something and probably 450 pounds. The second Divas match, the total Divas match.
Hey guys, in case you forgot, Brie Bella is married to Daniel Bryan. And also, by the way, she's married to Daniel Bryan. And hey, she's married to Daniel Bryan. And did I mention that Brie is married to Daniel Bryan? This match was fun. It was fun. It was good to watch. Naomi has potential that is not necessarily being met.
You treat this better than I do. I have been ruined by the great things that they did in NXT, where you have women performing on a level that the men can.
Yeah.
And this, to me, screams of 2007. Nothing against the performers. It's how they are told to do what they're told to do.
Obviously, Ambrose versus
Del Rayon
was just there so that Triple H could come out at the
It
end.
actually wasn't as bad.
No.
I want to say
I've seen worse. Del Rio, of course, sets up that ludicrous finisher. Oh, on the barrier, because remember at Fastlane? When they did it on the barrier and everyone was so excited, we were excited because it looked organic. That finisher has never looked more authentic and less stupid than it did at Fastlane. It looked like something that made sense. Well, let's do it off the barrier again. And they did that again, and this time it was exactly as contrived and idiotic as every single time. I personally hate that finisher so much.
As much as I hate Dean Ambrose going into the ropes recovery. And also the beatdown.
Yeah.
Let's emphasize that, because when you have that Roman Reigns beatdown, it was John Cena at WrestleMania 22 when he goes against Triple H. When the guy is not established and you have against this guy who is established, and the fans are raging behind not the guy that you want to build up, but behind the guy that you already have built up. Between what they did to Roman last week, what they did to Dean this week, and you can see how the crowd reacted. And they might have lowered the boos when Dean was getting the crap beaten out of him, but you could still hear it.
Do you agree with me that there's a possibility that since they gave Dean that title shot, there's a possibility that Dean somehow snags the title off of Triple H so that look, it's brother versus brother again.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Because I don't think I want that to happen. But I don't want the other option to happen either. I don't care for Triple H versus Roman Reigns. I don't care. Stop trying to make Roman Reigns happen. It's never going to happen.
You don't care about the main event. that's okay.
I know. I'm not going to hate WrestleMania because Roman Reigns is boring. Well, that's what we got for this video this week. That's been Raw Emotion. This is kind of a pilot, so let us know what you think. Let us know what could be changed, what could be edited, what. Just let us know what. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe. There's going to be a button. We'll say it's there. It's going to be a button right there. You can click to subscribe. It's, yeah.
He is.
Oh, I'm Pete. I've been Pete Last Guy.
I'm Roland James.
This has been Raw Emotion, and you have been a delight. This match is over. Ding, ding.